what I've become most confident and comfortable with is I like to introduce who I am, obviously. And when they get dispatched, my information, it sends a picture of me, and hopefully it's a fairly reasonable smile picture. But this guy's coming to your door, you know. But I introduce myself, and I do try to say, like, hey, I know parking here's weird. Is this an okay spot where I'm parked?
Very nice, yeah.
And then I go in and I say, so I would really like to hear, before I tell you more about myself, I'd really like to hear about what's going on here. Like, tell me what is the reason why you called us? What's the stress? Tell me a story. Sometimes I'll tell people.
Sure. Now, will you do that in the doorway, or do you go find a place to kind of sit down? Or
I usually try to do it at the door, and I try to read the client at the door.
Yeah.
Because you can tell if they're very nervous about you coming in, or if they're just like, man, come on in. I want to show you this. I've got stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And
so you'll let them take you right to the spot. You won't say, let's slow down. You go, okay, let's go.
I mean, I try to read what kind of person they are. And if they're the ones that take me to the spot, then I say, hey, let's go. And then I just say, you tell me what's going on.
Okay.
And then I let them explain and even vent if they have to.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, I'm really sorry. Like this, I wish this was a better circumstance, you know.
Sympathize, absolutely. That's great. It sounds like you don't, you know, sometimes people like, do this, don't do this. They offer like a credibility statement. Hey, I've been doing this for 20 years. I know. Do you do that right away, or you just kind of let them vent and then go from there?
I usually will let them tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
And then, you know, try to get a full feeling of what the situation is, the temperature in the room. And then I try to reassure them right then and there with a credibility. Like, I promise you, I'm sorry this is happening, but I promise you we will come up with a solution.
That's right. So you always do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's great. That's reassuring, because, you know, if someone's crying, like you said, it's like, oh, my God, what do I do?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah, and I go into more detail, like, and there again, it just depends on who I'm dealing with. But, you know, I say, like, you know, M&R Plumbing, M&R Service. I mean, they've been in here since 54. Mm-hmm. And so we're here for the long haul. We are going to give you a solution that's going to work. And we will not walk away here until it is fixed or to where you don't have to worry about it anymore.